BSG video review. Warning, this may contain spoilers. I'm just letting you know right now so you don't complain to us. Today we'll be doing Nintendo Presents a Retro Studios game, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Now I'm going to start off saying this is my favorite Metroid game of all time. It is so fun. Today we'll just be talking about, I'll mention multiplayer, and I'll mention multiplayer in this video review, but I'm just going to be talking about single player. Now, here we go. What I like about this game so much, it's so different from the first one. In terms of graphics, this is one of the best looking GameCube games ever.
Also, there's actually dialogue.
That's amazing.
Nintendo finally figured that one out.
Yeah. Now, what are some advantages of this game? Well, first of all, it's actually challenging. The bosses are just like, and some of the enemies are just really challenging. Like those guys can be really like kind of hard actually. You'll worry about this when you get the game. What else is a good thing? Well, for starters, look at all that detail, especially for a 2004 and 2004 game. Look at all those details for graphics. Okay. Now, here we go. Here. Now, the action in this game can be intense and can be slow at times. What I mean by intense is like there will be enemies like everywhere and stuff like that. And what I mean by slow is it's just like, well, it's like you'll be seeing an enemy pop up once in a while, and you know what? I like it and I don't like it. For one thing, it's like Resident Evil. It's like you kill all the zombies. What's there left? What's there left? Really nothing much. I mean, you know, you kill all the enemies, it's just like, you know, they won't reappear unless you totally leave the area. Now, by intense, I mean they're all coming after you and stuff, they're shooting at you, and it's just a lot of fun. And what also makes this game great is that the fact that, it just like, it goes from, it's first-person shooter Metroid, it equals fun. I mean, if you remember all the old Metroids, they were always just like, you know, third person and stuff like that, side scrolling. Now, that's fun and all, but you know, I'm more of a first person guy, and I like side scrollers, but I totally take Metroid as I would definitely take Metroid more as a first-person shooter because of the fact that it's just like so intense and stuff. And it's just like it seems like it's a lot more fun to play. Now, the AI in this game is, I'd say, pretty good. Like they'll change tactics and stuff like that. Some of the enemies are kind of dumb, and you know, that's not my concern actually right now because of the fact that, I mean, the enemies are kind of smart, but they're mostly dumb and stuff like that. The one complaint I have about this game is some of the doors take forever to load. Now, what I mean by that is, like, let's just say, okay, that door loaded fast, but there are some doors that will take up to like, I remember counting one time, it was like 5 seconds just to open, and sometimes, you know, I don't mind it, but the thing is, if you're like stuck, if you're like trying to get away from all these enemies like coming after you, that can lead to a problem, like trying to get away and stuff. Now, well, so let's see about weapons. We got some very interesting weapons. as you know, you always have your beam cannon, but what's new is the light cannon and the dark cannon. Those are probably the most coolest things ever. I love them more than the fire and ice beams. Because, like, you know, those seem so generic. You always see them in video games and stuff like that. A dark beam and a light beam. And then there's one more beam, but I won't spoil it for you because that's just, it's so awesome. Now, really, the whole point of this game is just to get it and love it. If you're a big Metroid Prime fan, you will always love it. Now I'm gonna mention about multiplayer. Now, if you ever read a review about this game, do not believe them. Multiplayer is a blast in this game. It's a lot of fun. There may be 2 modes, but the levels are just interesting, fun, and so creative in my opinion.
We played them and they were just outstanding.
Yeah, I wouldn't say them better than like Metal Gear Solid, a Metal Gear Solid multiplayer or Halo multiplayer, but in my opinion, they're up there. They're just
It definitely competes.
It's a blast to play. One thing I should notice though is it's not your typical first-person shooter. Now, what I mean by that is you usually see first-person shooters as like 2 analog sticks and always intense. Metroid Prime has always been more about 1 analog stick, locking on, and puzzle solving. And that formula works really well in my opinion. I don't think that Retro Studios should change it at all. Now, I'm going to mention, and so this is the end of the video review of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, and I got something to say first. We will be doing a Metroid Prime 1 video review soon, and once we get Metroid Prime 3, and we'll be doing that video review, and Hunters, we'll be talking about that one too. So, this is 2CS, see you later.